Welcome to the Rich Report, a podcast with news and information on the world of startups. Today, my guest is from MentorMob. We have Chris Chinasorn, who is the co-founder and CEO of the company. Chris, welcome to the show today.
Thanks, Rich. Thanks for having me.
Well, Chris, we were talking about crowdsourced education and the stuff you guys are going to do, so I thought, why don't we start with a demo, and we'll follow that with a Q&A.
Yeah, definitely. Really what we're out here to do at MentorMob is to make education and learning free and accessible for the entire world. I'll kind of run through for you kind of the problem that we're trying to solve. And it's really how people learn nowadays. And this can be anything from, the scholarly learning stuff like calculus, history, or arithmetic to the fun stuff like rock climbing, salsa dancing, or skateboarding. What people usually do nowadays is just turn to the internet, and people usually just do that simple Google search. And Google's amazing at finding that first piece of learning content for you, that first website. But usually what happens for all of us is that we'll be learning on that great website, and we'll try to figure out that second step of learning. And what usually happens is that we'll follow a link on it and hit a bad how-to video. Then maybe we'll backtrack and hit another dead end, and you'll just repeat this process as you stumble through this way of learning. And the thing is that there's all this amazing content that's already out there, but people usually just give up before being able to find it because it's so frustrating. And so what we asked at MentorMob was, what if you're able to cut out all of that bad content and cut out all of those dead-end articles? What you'd actually get is a learning playlist, this simple step-by-step, easy way to learn. And the true game changer, or the disruption that we really want to make is crowdsourcing learning. And the way we want to do that is actually allow anyone in the world to create one of these playlists and then make them free and accessible and actually start changing or optimizing the way people learn with the internet. So I'll show you a little bit what it's like to learn on MentorMob. And usually you'll come to MentorMob and you'll kind of figure out you'll know what you want to learn already. Say it's playing the guitar. You can either browse for it or do a quick search for it, and you'll get a search result for playing the guitar. And when you choose based off of the ratings or the title, you'll get that simple step-by-step learning playlist right away. That first link can take you to YouTube. The second one can take you to Gibson because you're learning to play the guitar, and the next to Wikipedia. And the cool thing about this is that you actually trust this content because it's reviewed by the whole entire community, and it's actually created by people just like you. So all you do to start learning is pick that first step that you don't know how to do, and right away that you get that specific piece of content. This panel on the side shows you how to use or practice this piece of content, and then you'll click next, and you'll get that specific next piece of content. And what's actually happening here is that you're learning in the order that you should be learning it, but it's hopping all around the web to all of the best pieces of content without all of those annoying ads or websites that are just trying to sell you stuff. And because I logged in with my Facebook Connect feature, I can actually see all the friends or people that are near me who have actually learned this particular step. So I can ask them questions or go practice with them. And that's all it is, what learning is on MentorMob. It's just a very easy, simple, step-by-step way to learn. And we're just organizing here not only the internet into these learning verticals, but now we're organizing peer-to-peer learning also. And so that's what it's like on MentorMob, learning on MentorMob. Now, the thing that we just launched about a little bit more than a month ago, and we've already seen so many users come in, and it's actually pretty cool to see. I think our average session time is about 8 minutes now. Every time they're learning, and the biggest compliment that we've gotten is that the site is actually addictive. That you really don't know where you are going to be sent to, which part of the internet next when you click on that next step. And it's all amazing content every time you're going through these playlists, and it's created by people just like you. It's actually 3 times faster to learn with these playlists because people don't realize is that most of the time while you're searching for stuff and hitting all that content that isn't as useful, or trying to figure out the order that you should be learning, whatever it is you're trying to learn on the internet, it's all spent, trying to find it, going through that bad content. And what we're really enjoying seeing is that when you're coming to learn how to play the guitar in MentorMob, like, people are actually finding many other interests or subjects or playlists that they are wanting to learn. So there's probably like maybe 3 on average people are discovering every time they come to MentorMob. In the end, all that we're really trying to do is, because it's free and open to the public, like, we want to save people time, we want to save them money just because it's completely free. But the thing that we're really trying to do the most is kind of like get rid of that frustration of trying to find the right content in the right order. So far, since we launched, we've seen this amazing support from all of these content creators, actually. And just because we launched, we actually don't want everyone telling everyone else about learning on MentorMob. We actually want you to tell the people and your users and your viewers to tell their friends who are actually passionate about, not only about searching and learning on the internet and finding all this amazing content, but people that just want to help other people by leveraging their time and their energy and their passion for creating all of these learning playlists, and getting them involved first before telling everyone about what we're doing, because we're really trying to start that Wikipedia model, that crowdsourced learning model with these playlists. And I'll show your viewers a little bit about how simple it is to create one of these playlists. All you do is click on that link at the very top of Learning, create a playlist, and you'll probably have in mind what you want to teach, what you want to put in that playlist, the type of content you already found, and all it really takes to add a piece of content and a step is that URL. You describe it, how your learner should be using it, and click save, and right away it's put into your playlist. Rearranging the order or deleting is just as you see. And another fantastic thing about it is that you don't have to do this yourself. You can actually invite all of your friends to create this playlist with you and discuss it with them, how to make it better, or you can even Wikify this playlist and allow anyone in the world to help you with this particular playlist. So in that way, it's really simple and easy and fast to create all these playlists, and that's all it really is. And so the big thing that we want to push out in the next couple of months, and the big vision that we have, is this huge social impact that we really want to make. Our users, like I said before, like 66% of each time is wasted finding a lot of this content and going through, trying to figure out that order. But when people use playlists, 100% of that time is spent actually learning, and that's what we're really trying to push across. And because of that average amount of time, the number of steps that we're trying to push across, one thing that really inspired us was kind of that Malcolm Gladwell book, The Outliers, and what it actually takes to become proficient at something, or an expert at something. And he's like really finding out that 10,000 hours of learning something and to really get good at something and become an expert at something. But in the next couple of years, that's what we really want to push out. Like could we reach like 1 billion hours of learning for the collective, and getting people to find what they truly fall in love with and are passionate about. And we really believe that education is a right. You shouldn't have to pay for this type of learning content. And like the big vision that we have at MentorMob, or this image that we have in our heads, is being able to get this into the little hands of a little kid in a third world country, or Southside Chicago, and a really cheap smartphone, or a really cheap iPhone, and have her like swipe through her learning playlist and learn how to skateboard, or how to build a well in her local village for clean water, or a kid in Chicago learning about entrepreneurship or startups. For us, it's not just about making learning free; it's about making it accessible to the entire world, and that's what we're trying to do right now.
Very cool, Chris. So question about your business model. How do you make money on this?
There's a couple of moving parts with that. There is an advertising model. Each one of those steps, we're actually able to give our learners and our users kind of like special deals for a particular step. So if you're learning how to play the guitar and you're on that step of how to tune a guitar, we could have a special deal for an electric guitar tuner in that case, or the best products each step of the way. So it's very highly targeted content. Another thing that we actually have is on the corporate training side. We actually have for corporate training programs or educational institutions or nonprofits, it's actually learning metrics behind how people are using their learning playlists or how far their employees are getting, or quizzing features or mobile features for this framework that we're pushing out. And so really we want to not really focus on that B2B side, even though we have a lot of momentum on that side. But really, we don't want to be like a donation-based infrastructure, but we've created a platform on the advertising side that will support all this free learning.
Very slick. So, Chris, I think the guitar is a great example. It's something I've always wanted to learn myself. Have you gotten any submissions on anything technical, kind of like computer stuff, like building a Beowulf cluster, for example, or something like that?
Yeah, we actually have people, just like people from all over the world. Like I think I saw a Ruby on Rails playlist being created the other day. And it's really anyone with any type of expertise can come in and create anything that they want. We'll have a couple features coming out soon that you'll be able to upload your own content. But right now, like there is all this amazing content already out there, and if you have that skill set to find all that amazing content or search for it and put it into our playlist, like that's all it really takes. Or if you have your own blog or something, you can place your special content in that particular order to teach someone how to do something.
I was just saying that this is a really laudable idea. I think you're really onto something. Where do you take it? What's the next step? Is it just a matter of accruing content?
Momentum with the content already, but I think over the next few weeks, couple of months, it's really about reaching out to all those passionate people that actually love our framework already. I think we just had over the past week a lot of international people coming in that have really gotten the structure and gotten this framework. But I think a couple of things coming out, we really want to push out quality and increase the quality of the playlist, and not only on the content side but on the feature set of it. And once we place in the features that push out to the learners and allow you to share this with any of your friends when they actually want to learn something, I think longer term it is about making this accessible and putting it into the hands of as many people as possible. But over the next quarter or so, I think it's really about getting people involved and kind of the MentorMob early adopters and them getting all those people excited about what's actually gonna happen over the next years of MentorMob, and bringing them on board and organizing that community and making them rolling out the red carpet for them. So I think we're pretty excited about all this attention that we're getting now, and really excited about pushing that forward to all of our best content creators that are out there in the public.
So Chris, hey, I hope that this podcast helps you get the word out. This is a very exciting project, and congratulations.
Oh, thanks a lot.
You bet. Okay, folks, that's it for the Rich Report. Stay tuned for more news and information on the world of startups.